Greetings, Timeshare Travelers. This is the Timeshare Traveler, episode 15 of Riverwalk from downtown Sioux Falls to Falls Park, where they have the falls, which you can see a picture right above. And I'm going to walk from the beginning where they have the Statue of David all through downtown and then out to the falls and take sort of snapshots and little snippets of videos along the way. Before I do that, I'm going to show you a little bit of the Falls Park, a short video. Then I'll tell you a little bit about my channel. Then I'll take you on the walk. And I hope you enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe. Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm your Timeshare Traveler. The goal of my YouTube channel is improving your timeshare travels. I'll do this through timeshare video reviews, tips for using timeshares, and much, much more. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, Twitter at Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com. And if you like my videos, don't forget to click subscribe below. Today's walk is a walk along the Sioux River in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It goes through the center of town, and I'll walk you through that from the beginning to about a mile and a half, and ends at the what's known as the Sioux Falls, and it's Falls Park. But at the start, what's really cool, there is a statue of David by Michelangelo. I believe it's the only one outside of the main location ever presented. So it is no longer being copied, but this one is the only other copy outside the original in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So I'll take you on the walk all the way to the Sioux Falls from here. Back in just a minute. Okay, now we're down at the level of the river, and you can see underneath, back under where I'm now showing is toward the Statue of David across over. And what's kind of cool is the city built this walkway, and they also made it in such a way, should the river rise and flood, that actually the walkway would be the only thing at risk, and the buildings are built back high above. But it's really a beautiful, as you can see, it's a calm flowing river in general right here. That changes when you get to the fall. I'll give you a little more of an update. You can see an old train bridge cutting across the river from years ago. Okay, on the other side of the bridge, you can see that it sort of splits here, and it's going across some rocks, losing some elevation as it heads further into town. And you can see the various buildings located, as well as, again, seeing how it's built so that if there is a flood, the buildings will be safe. And here's the Hilton Garden Inn, which has a beautiful view of the river from some of the rooms. As we turn the corner further into downtown, you can see there are ramps that go up, so you can go up to the buildings. There happens to be Starbucks up above, and there's the bikes coming, and there's a bench to sit on. And these lights right here actually light up at night, so they're nice. And again, they're lit up, but they're also pretty high up in case there's a flood. And we're going underneath one of the streets, and I'll take a video a little further along. Okay, a little further along in the river, and you see this archway across, and you notice it's not touching because it's called the Arc of Dreams. And obviously, if it was connected, it would no longer be a dream because the idea would be complete, symbolizing. So they put that over the river, and it actually is across a walkway bridge. Also want to mention, here's a place, there's a bar here at the Falls Landing Bar and Grill. So again, you can take the stairs up, stop along your walk, have lunch, enjoy the view of the river, which is still winding its way through downtown. Now I'm a little further along, and I'm almost underneath the Arc of Dreams. You can see it's actually pretty big. The last picture I took was pretty far away. Yeah, every night it gets lit up, so you can see the colors are beautiful. And again, the walkway is pretty wide. And you can see this red rock, which is a quartzite unique to this area of the country. More benches and places to lock your bike, so people can bike along and stop, enjoy the scenes. And you can see some of the lights here already on, but it's obviously too light to see them. Purples, reds, and then a mixture of green and red. So those are what shine up on the structure at night. Okay, now we're leaving town, and the river opens up bit leading up to the falls, and you can down in the distance you can see a little bridge. That's actually a working train bridge, so trains do cut across there. There's a lot of entry into the city by rail, and you can see a few birds on the water. And now we're a little further up, and you can see there's some more ducks in the water, and you can see there's a little rock area ledge that falls, and this is not the falls, but it does stop certain trees, and you look further down and you can see start to widen out again even further, but you can begin to see that it's going to narrow as it goes to the falls. And the last thing I should note, there's a series of trees along the edge, which the path follows, kind of goes away from the water for just a little bit and then comes back by the falls. And now we're along you can see the railroad tracks that go to various different locations. This is a railroad yard, and here's the tracks that head out and cross. Right there you can see the bridge. They cross over the river and head out west. And the path is now meandering along, kind of along the river. You can see the trees there, and you can see off in the distance there's a first little walk over near the falls, and I'm going to go over there, which is right over there. I'm going to walk out there and take a look at the falls from that vantage point. Now we're entering the falls there. We're actually inside Falls Park, and you can see where before the river had opened up, it's now starting to flow through this large rock formation of quartzite. And you can see it's still pretty wide, and the water is coming from different places along the river as it spread out. You can see on the other side of the railroad tracks as well. A lot of people go out. That must be a weekend. Go out here, and they actually light the park up in the holidays with a lot of Christmas lighting. So there's lots of poles that are there for lighting. We'll actually have Christmas lights around. And I'll give you another view further down. So you can see back up from where we were, you can see like a little channel, a tunnel that came through. This used to be a tunnel where they routed water to this building over here, which was actually a mill, and they used the weight of the water to run a mill. And this was the building where they ground the wheat into flour and various things, corn, from the farmers prior to mechanization. You can see them now a little lower down in the Falls Park area, and you're starting to see some of the bigger drop-offs. So now you get a better picture of you hear the waves, the water in the background of the falls. Not all of it, but this is probably the biggest portion. You can see now it's narrowed from that wide space to this narrow, and now it's falling off the rocks. And again, right next to the mill house, where they would have used the water to grind. It's really kind of a beautiful sight. Kind of cool that the rocks have stayed. That's how strong the quartzite is. It's been thousands of years going across here. And now you see the most narrow point of the falls, and you see how fast it's running. You can see the falls that I was looking at before. And then when you go across to the side, it is very calm, and again, opens back up into a little river. And you can also stop at the Falls Overlook Cafe and have some food or drink and enjoy the falls.